Okay, next session deals with creating new threads on a piece of a hole. So this is called a tap right over here. And you got your drill that's perfectly sized for your thread pitch and diameter. So it's a 1/4 inch by 20 NC. Okay. This is a tap and die set. Again, these are taps. And those are dies. So dies are used for cutting threads.
Die out.
Yeah.
That's how I remember.
Die out, yeah. And then taps are cutting threads onto a piece of metal. All right, so we're gonna first start off by finding out where we need to thread. So we're gonna put a center punch. Okay, let's get in. There's our center punch, and we're gonna drill. Drill will spin right-handed to cut right through. Slow speed, heavy pressure. Don't go high speed because you'll burn the bit, and the bit loses its temper. Metal becomes soft and it's worthless after that. There's various techniques. You can push throttle, let off, push, let off, push, let off. But generally about this speed is perfect. You'll actually see the chips starting to come out, and that's a really good sign. Okay, be careful when it exits because that drill is going to drop real fast, especially if you put a lot of pressure. Okay, see all the chips? Okay, we're going to clean that off. Okay, so that's called a pilot hole that he did. He drilled a smaller hole, then he'll drill the proper size. It makes drilling a little bit easier. Yeah, so there was a burr that so the chalk isn't holding too well.
Yeah, I can just
One more click.
metal.
Okay, the hole's been drilled through. We're gonna clean off the surface. And we got our hole ready to run our tap through. So we're gonna apply some thread cutting lubricant. We're gonna attach the die to the handle, the holder. So it has what they call a collet. When you tighten up the collet, it squeezes. So generally, we're gonna turn until we feel fairly heavy resistance, and then we're gonna back it off. And then spin again. And then back off. Don't force it, because if you force it, it's gonna snap the tap inside of the metal. And the metal that the tap is made out of is extremely hard, and it's gonna be very difficult to get that out.
How do you get yours out?
Which one?
How do you get the tap out?
They actually have special tools to remove them that goes inside of the openings to remove it.
Oh, really?
Or you get a punch and you hit the crap out of it because it's so hard it's brittle. And other than that, you grab your MIG welder and you fill it up and you start a new hole.
Going after with die grind bits.
Oh, die grind.
It's
Oh yeah,
not pretty.
it does. Yeah, it gets messy. Yeah, and you spend a lot of time. Okay, and then once you pass, it's just gonna be smooth sailing. All right, see how much rotation he does. He'll do a quarter, back off, quarter, back off. Some people are a little bit more aggressive. They may go half and back off. Or some might actually throw it on their drill gun and just go right through it, but that's not a proper way to use that tool. Okay, so it's a slow process, but when you're done, it's really good work. There you go. Now it's smooth after that. All right. We'll back it off. Yeah, I can spin it by hand. Okay, so we're gonna clean off all the chips. And let's take a nice look at those freshly cut threads. Look at that.
Nice to mild steel.
Yep. Great. Okay, next step, we're gonna actually put the fastener on there. And we're gonna torque it to 10 foot-pounds. All right, so we are going to test our threads. Look how smooth that is, all hand. Okay, we're gonna hook up a torque wrench and we're gonna torque that to 10 foot-pounds. See what happens. I'm gonna check our threads, see if it holds well. All right, so that's 10 foot-pounds. Looking good. Okay, next one, we are gonna actually break this thing off and let's see how much foot-pounds it takes. So at 10, did it seem pretty tight? All right, just give them. We're at 13.
Like a spinning strip.
Okay. So we stripped it at about 13 foot-pounds. Yeah.